Hey, we know that Prospective is very good at visualizing and analyzing high frequency, high volume data. Now, one of the real world applications or example of that is monitoring trades in the stock market. Today, let's say I'm a trader in an investment firm and I'm responsible for a segment of the market. Maybe that's some symbols that I'm responsible for, and I want to do my job. And let's say how I would use Perspective to be able to monitor trades across this section of the market well. So in this here, you see a blotter, real-time blotter, which is a data feed or the different trades that are happening at my company. And I can see the symbols for the trades. I can see which side they're on, if I'm buying orders or I'm selling orders, the number of different volumes or the order quantity that is coming in that I have to make trades for, the price, the order status, as well as some different funds that I might be managing. Now, let's say I want to customize this. So I want to have a couple different customized view of this blotter. And for example, first, I want to see things in a more holistic manner. So I want to see really trades across symbol, as the total number of trades that are happening per that symbol and the average price, etc. So let's come and duplicate this blotter, and in this new one, let's go and configure this. So let's group everything by symbol here, and you can see right away my real-time data was grouped immediately. And let's split by the side. So I want to side by side see if on the buy side or on the sell side. And in this case, I'm again ordering by the timestamp, so as the orders are happening, but I'm interested in a few columns here. So I'm interested at the price, but not the last price, but the average price that I'm selling or buying. And I'm also interested at the order quantity, how many, what's the volume of orders that are coming in, and as well as the trade value, so total trade value for this. And I can also maybe order this by symbol as well, and now go back to the full view and kind of see this side by side. So here I'm seeing my blotter orders coming in, but I'm also seeing the holistic view. So across the different symbols, what is the average price, sell price, buy price, and maybe, I can see where there is opportunity where I can make money, where, my sell price is higher than, for example, my buy price. Now, let's take this some steps further. Let me show you how you can use Perspective visualization features where you want to get maybe a richer view, where I want to see really the magnitude of orders that are coming in and where they're not being filled on the buy side or on the sell side. So I want to see where there is orders that are not being filled that I can act on immediately. So again, let me come and duplicate this, and in this new table, let me lay this down actually underneath the other one and then come and configure this. So in this case, let's not group by side or split by side. Let's take all of this off. We'll keep price, but what I'm really interested in is the change in the order, which is difference between the number of orders that are being placed and how much has been filled. And instead of like a number, and let's actually again order this by the timestamp, and instead of the number, let's customize this where we can say, instead of showing just the number, let's show a bar chart where I can really visualize the order of the magnitude that are coming in. So I'm going to change this to a bar chart, and I'm also going to change on the sell side the graph type on a bar side, and set a boundary for this. And now I can easily see where there is some gap in my orders and my fill, and I can visualize this by the bar chart so really get a sense of the magnitude of that. Maybe this is better if I order by symbol, and now instead of the sum, let's just take the last values here. and I can see across, again, different symbols where there is still opportunity for me to fill some orders. Now, this is great. I can come back to the, again, holistic view. So this gives you an idea where I can create this, multifaceted dashboard that allows me to monitor the market. Let me show you some more features of Prospective that could be very handy to me. First is the ability to bring in any data set and immediately visualize that with the Sources tab. So on the Sources tab, I can bring in or connect to any other real-time data streams, or bring in historical values, for example, from S3 or a data file. In this case, let's say I have a file that contains like 30 years of my market history, and I also want to visualize that side by side with this real-time dashboard. So in this case, I know this file is being hosted on a web server in my company, and let me copy the URL for this file here. So the URL is posted here, and I'm just going to connect to that. Right away, 30 years worth of history is being brought in, and I can even go and customize this. So let's say I just want to take a look at the highest price sold, and I want to group this by the date, and I want to split by the symbol. And instead of using a chart or a data grid, I can use from any of the visualization chart types that are available in Prospective. So in this case, I'm going to use a Y line, and you can see this is 30 years worth of history, how the different how prices have moved across these different symbols that I'm monitoring. And again, I can visualize this side by side with the other dashboards that I have. Now let me show you really the performance of Prospective. So this is great. This is moving at a somewhat realistic speed, but let's kick this up. So in this example, I'm going to come to the notebook. This controls the speed of the data that's being generated in this demo. And instead of 600 trades per second that are being generated, let's kick this all the way up to 10,000, and then let's drop the refresh rate to 100 millisecond. And now you can see just the values pouring in, and Prospective being able to still keep up with the fast refresh rates of these orders across my blotter. Another great feature of Prospective is the ability to share this with my colleague. So if I want to share this dashboard, I can click save here on top, and that gives me the URL, and I can just copy this URL and drop it to another colleague over Slack. If they have access to the data set, they can paste that URL into their browser, and they immediately would get the same view of the dashboard that I'm seeing here. And I can share that with them. They can extend the dashboard as any way they like, and they can save, and they can share it back with me, and it's more collaborative. So hopefully this showed you a number of different features that are available to me as a trader to do my job. And if you have any question, always feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to post the link for this live dashboard on the comments below. So go ahead and try it yourself.